Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's week is going well. Hope everybody is staying safe. Know this is gonna be over and done with. Just wear your mask, pay attention to social distancing, and just follow every rule that's possible. Waiting for Chris to join. The one and only Chris. It's pretty warm out today. Like this jacket. Bought it almost a decade ago, still in good condition. One of my favorites to wear out. It's coming in, people. It's coming in. The one and only Chris is coming in. Let's play some music while he comes in. Come on in, E. Come on in, E. They're waiting on you. Maybe some MJ. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Wow. It's like we a few minutes behind, but it's all good, you know.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
patiently waiting for you. So what's up? How are you?
I'm chilling.
Hmm. Whew. Happy New Year once again. I'm seeing the ceiling, huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
I'm good. I'm good. I got you. I'm trying to see if it's gonna go from my phone or from my laptop.
All right, all right.
It's probably gonna go from my phone. Yeah. Oh Lord.
So,
It seems more clear on my phone.
okay. Now I'm just waiting for you to get everything together, you know.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, how's your week so far?
My week has been pretty good. Can't
Yeah.
complain.
Mm-hmm. Then tracks has everybody like moving and
Seems more
grooving.
clear on my phone.
Hold on, hold
Okay.
on, hold on.
Now I'm just waiting for you to get everything together, you know.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Is is it slow or something?
Yeah, it's because I have a lot of digital stuff going on in the house.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
So what's going on?
Nothing much. How's your week so far?
My week is it's pretty cool. Can't complain.
Wow.
Busy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, busy rotating my mind and working on some new things.
Yeah.
Um, I've been speaking to a couple of people. I got a couple of projects, people that I'm going to be dealing with and working with coming up very, very
That's
soon.
good. That's good. Keep on
Yeah,
coming in with the new projects, you
of
know.
course, of course.
Yeah, everybody love each and every single one of your EPs.
Oh, really? Thank you so much. I
Hmm.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
and I love it. And let me tell
Thank
you
you, thank
something.
you.
You and Me is my favorite from you.
Oh, me and you?
Okay. Oh, I was saying you and me, but like vice versa. So, so, what made you decide that you wanted to become an R&B singer?
Um, wow. Uh, I must have been like 16, 17 at the time. You know, I used to sing in a group called Exclusive. Um, that was actually my first like real opening as far as doing R&B, you know, in the public's eyes, was singing with a group. And it was managed by Jeffrey Morgan, who used to be the promotional director at WBLS.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me, my boy Cornelius, Curtis, and Al. And we went by the name of Exclusive. It was interesting too. It was real cool. And that's what really opened my eyes and said, you know what? I'm gonna take this to the top. And you know, I just keep, you know, fighting and striving and hustling, doing what I love and desire to do, and that's basically to sing.
Mm, that's good. And speaking of the group, how many of you guys were in the group again, and how long did y'all last?
It was four of us in a group, and the group only lasted for about a year. Actually about a year and a half. Um, it was something new. Um, it was something that we were exploring and had gotten exposed to new things and basically was trying to see what the outcome of it was going to be. Um, we got to meet a lot of new people. We got to perform at different, you know, spots throughout New York City. It was just like a beginning, like, you know, that's that stage where, you know, you're being polished and, you know, that's what we were doing. And after that, I decided to branch off on my own. But even when I branched off on my own, it was still like a challenge to me because it was a lot of things that I still didn't know and a lot of things that I was unfamiliar with and a lot of things that I had to learn and it was and then some. So it was
Mhm.
very interesting for me. And once I got out there on my own, that's when I started like getting that feel like, yeah, you know what, I could do this. Because you know, it's not really that easy to be a male solo R&B artist. It's very, very, very competitive, one. And two, it's very risky, you know what I mean? You know, being a male solo R&B artist, you really, really you gotta have a show and you gotta be able to sing.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh,
so
and let me tell you something. Sorry for cutting you off, but it's like you are the first person that's difficult to become a solo artist because it's like usually when you in a group, a lot of problems happen. There's always that one person in the group that think that they're better than everybody, and like they think that they could control you guys. And like when you was in that group, you didn't
hmm
have no problems at all, or there were differences.
no, I mean, I didn't have any problems being in a group. I mean, the only difference is that I can't even say I had a problem with it. It was something new to me with us as a group, right? You got four brothers. We're still learning each other. Their new
Hmm.
songs, we're still trying to, you know, pick up on each other's vibe. I think the most problem we had was basically, you know, making sure everybody gets there on time for rehearsal and being able to take constructive criticism because a lot of people don't know how to, they say they can take constructive criticism, but they really can't. They'd be like, oh, yeah, I could take constructive criticism. And then when it really gets down to the nitty gritty of actually accepting it, some people have a hard time. So, I mean, that was basically it with us, you know?
Mm. Oh wow. So like, I'm happy that you guys like, y'all still like, have connections with each other. So like, throughout the years, it's good that, you guys are like like you said, are like, working on something new, like thinking about getting back together, like, you know, your fans, like, people in the audience at live shows would like to see, oh, Chris and like, his three brothers from back in the day. Everybody would like to see an exclusive reunion.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen that way.
Yep.
Because everybody's like ventured off into different fields of life and careers or what have you. Um, I will say this. I know my boy Cornelius, he lives out in Maryland. I mean, he's been doing a couple of, plays on stage, and that's his desire. I mean, he's doing other things, but that's his entertainment desire. I don't know what Alan Curtis doing because I haven't spoken to him in years, but I look at it like this, and I always tell people this: you never know when you're gonna cross paths of people that you dealt with in your past. So therefore, keep your head up, keep it real, don't burn the bridge. Even though some of
Yep.
them bridges do collapse, I'm a man of God, and I believe them same bridges that collapse, God will make a way for me to cross them again, even if I don't have to come across the individuals that I dealt with from my past. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and you just never know. I mean, if I see Al Curtis and, because me and Cornelius speak periodically, from time to time, but I haven't spoken to the other two members. And I spoke to Jeffrey Morgan also a little bit. He was our manager. He was a real cool brother from Brooklyn also. But my main goal right now is just to excel and just keep growing and growing in regards to what I love to do, and that's singing.
Yeah. Singing, that's therapy. Singing is a blessing. Yeah, just keep
Yeah,
doing what
yeah.
you're doing. Oh yeah. And like, speaking of WBLS, like you mentioned earlier, because of you told me like I think it was 2 years ago, you said that, you used to work at WBLS and like, you interviewed like,
hmm
a couple of artists. What was your experience working at the radio station?
Wow. One of my main things that I will always remember is one, God, because He put me there for a reason. I was put at BLS to prepare me for the future of today. Um, I remember my brother man, Dr. Bob Lee. Dr. Bob Lee was my mentor, and my boss too. And I remember I first started at BLS when it was at 801 Second Avenue, and then when they moved to 3 Park Avenue, I got pulled over there, throughout a little bit of time after I got laid off from 801. But I remember once I got to 3 Park Avenue, um, I was the one driving the van. That's when BLS was the vibe, and we used to be like 107.5 WBLS here live. So it was a big turnaround for me at that time because me being an artist, being an artist, you really can't, you're not allowed to really cross promote when you're working on BLS. You know what I'm saying? So I had to
Mm-hmm.
be real careful with what I did, but I got to interview Biggie Smalls. God bless his soul. I interviewed Tupac. I interviewed Chris Cross. I interviewed Naughty by Nature. I interviewed Joe. I interviewed Brandy. I even interviewed Adina Howard. Um, it was massive people I dealt with. Who else? Oh, I got to interview Craig Mack. I got to interview Patra. So Dr. Bob Lee, like I said, he was my supervisor, my boss, but he was also a mentor and a friend to me to where he educated me on the importance of staying professional,
Yeah, he's the
basically
main
professionalism,
educator.
and also remaining humble. Because being in a position like that, I got the opportunity and blessings to be exposed to a lot of celebrities that people would just love to get next to and talk to. Even
Mm-hmm.
Boys to Men, when they first came out with Motown Philly, you know, I got to see a lot. Drew Hill, who else? Whitney Houston, Radio City. I mean, I could just go on and on. But he taught me the values of remaining humble and just keeping, that professionalism energy going, being very courteous, being very, laid back, not being all starstruck. And that prepared me for what I've gotten involved in after BLS as far as being an artist. I couldn't
Mhm.
I couldn't really do what I wanted to do working there because you can't cross promote when you're working for a major radio station like that as an artist. But I will say this, you know, um, I gotta sit up a little bit. I will say this that I got to meet a lot of people from my past and today's era. Even Carl Thomas. It was so funny. I interviewed Carl Thomas and I interviewed Coco from SWV. And I went to Carl Thomas' house back in the day. So I ended up opening for Carl Thomas
Yeah, I
last.
saw the picture.
Yeah, I opened
Yeah.
up from Carl Thomas,
How
and
was it like when you opened up for him? What advice did he give to you? Like, at that showcase.
um, well, this particular show opening for Carl was a special thing that people booked him for. I got selected to open for him,
Mm-hmm.
because of people that I know and people know what I've been doing. But it
Mm-hmm.
was so funny when after I got off the stage and after he did his thing, I went backstage and I saw him and he said, "You used to work for BLS." I said, "Yeah, you know,
So he
that was
remembered
years
you
ago."
like so he
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
knew who you are once you came
I was at his
backstage after
house.
the showcase.
Yeah. Carl had invited me to his house, so me going to Carl Thomas' house out in Jersey where he was at the time, that was years back, for him to remember who I was, it just told me a lot more. And at that time when I went to his house, he was basically trying to educate me on the industry and seeing what I got going. It wasn't my time at that time, you know what I mean? But it was an honor and a pleasure
Mm-hmm.
to be, mentored and, schooled by a lot of people such as him and other
Mm-hmm.
artists, that had way more experience than what I had and knew exactly what was going on. You know what I mean? So it was really uplifting to open up for him, and it just showed him that the growth that I've developed throughout the years and how much I really paid attention on what I was being educated on.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing with like, the relationship between signed artists and unsigned artists. Those signed artists will always give you like, the pros of and the cons in the industry.
Yeah.
It's like, of what you should do, who you should relate to. Like, it's like, the things that you're supposed to do before you get on stage, you know. It's like how to write songs and things like that. And for me, I met Carl like early last year, and like he was very nice to
Mm.
me. It's like, he showed me a lot of I showed him a lot of respect. He showed me a lot of respect. He performed at Sony Hall. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But Carl is a good brother. Carl is like, let me tell you something. Is that when that brother Mike on Sony Hall, oh my God, the crowd went crazy. It was packed. It was an all-seated event. And let me tell you something. Each and every seat at Sony Hall was filled.
Wow, wow, that's cool. That's cool.
Mhm, mhm. So, in your own opinion, how will you describe WBLS from the past and now in the present?
Um, hmm. I have to say things have changed a lot. Um,
Hmm.
things have changed and people have changed.
Hmm.
Um, the industry itself is not the same the way it used to be. I know
Hmm.
back then when I was working at BLS, the radio station, they were more into artists that had, that were already known, but they also, from time to time, took the chance of new artists, depending
Hmm.
on what label they were on and how things were being marketed.
Yeah.
And they used to always have a lot of artists come up to the station and interview them a lot. I mean, like when Adina Howard came up to BLS, that's when Wendy Williams was on, you know, when
I
Joe used to
remember
come
when
up there, you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire even came up there. I even had an interview with them. We're talking old school. That was like real me type stuff, you know. So I'm a young dude hanging around people like that. I was like, wow, I was fascinated. But nowadays, you really don't hear them. They play the same music consistently over and over again. It's like they don't play new. And when they don't play anything new,
trust me, they play old songs all the time on BLS because I listen to it every single day.
yeah, but you know what? I feel like this. My opinion to that is, I think they should start playing new music because the same way those artists from the 90s, from the 80s and 90s, before they came in, they were playing artists from the 60s and the 70s. You know, that was way before my time. But I mean, me doing my homework and research, you had artists from 60s and 70s that were getting played by Hal Jackson. God bless his soul. He was another mentor. You know, I call him Uncle Hal. You know, and his wife Debbie B. But you had artists that were getting played from the 60s and 70s that they had to fall back off of them and start thinking about the 80s and the 90s. Now we in 2021. They gotta give it a break. I love all the artists from the 90s and stuff. I got much respect for them. You know, Mary J. Blige, Tank, Joe, Jodeci, Boys to Men, Bell Biv DeVoe. I got mad love for all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's R&B. You know, but you got artists of today, such as even myself, that I get play on some radio stations. What do you call it? Website and radio stations, like, and you know, I get a lot of followers. I got play on T-Rex radio station. I get play on my boy Melvin Jordan's out in Florida. I got my boy Javion out in Florida. You know, my boy Javion, he's mad cool. You know, he's an artist, but he showed me love. You know, I get play from Global Music radio station. I get play from crackersradio.com in UK. You know, so it's like you got a lot of artists, even such as myself, that's getting a lot of play from other radio stations. And, you know, we good artists. We not just like your demo artists.
Yeah,
we
you
good
are
artists.
Good artist, and you put the work in, and I respect you for that.
And I appreciate that. But, you know, we need that love, too, from radio stations that are, and I call those, you know, those are like the well-known, the industry radio stations such as BLS. 107, you know, 105.1. You even got the DL Hughley show, 103.5.
And speaking of 105 of 107.1 or 107.5, it's like, you know, everybody that works there, they know me, they respect me because, you know,
right.
Because, you know, they know that I'm very supportive, that they know that I know how to talk to them. It's like, you know, Shayla, Bugs, the Mike Record, Deja Vu, and Jeff Fox, they respect me because, you know, they know that I'm very supportive.
Right. Well, you know what I think it is also, and that's a good thing. But I think one of the main reasons why the radio stations are not playing because they're scared to take the chance of new artists. And it has a lot to do with marketing and promotion. They're scared that they're going to lose their followers and the ratings are going to drop. And they're scared because everything is digital now. Everything is digital. How many people you really know tune into the radio station and listen to 107.5 on the radio? Everything is streaming, like as far as the internet. So they're scared to take that chance. But you know what? It don't hurt to try. I mean, just like they tried when they first started the radio station back in the days with Frankie Crocker. People out there who listening to this live interview, you know what I'm talking about. When they have Frankie Crocker, he was like one of the top disc jockeys who was willing to take that chance with new artists and say, let me plug this in and see what kind of response I get. That's how a lot of artists made it. An artist is very hard for an artist to make it in this industry unless they have a good marketing and promotion. And one of the main marketing promotion is radio stations.
Yeah, and speaking of artists is getting promoted in the business, it's like, in my own opinion, nowadays they just randomly pick an artist because most of these artists nowadays they're not talented. In the like back in the day, it was hard to sign an artist to a record label so that and for their
Mm-hmm.
songs to be played on the radio. So it's like every day I ask myself, where are all the real R&B artists?
Well, there are a lot of R&B artists out here, but like I said, it goes accordingly to how, the marketing promotion is really laid out. I mean, I keep it real for everybody out there, things are a lot different now in the industry due to the fact that you can market and promote a lot more now than what you were back then. Now everything is digital, so you can just go online and start marketing nationally and internationally. To whereas back in the days, you had PRs, public relations and promotional people who put in the footwork, walking around with vinyls in their bag, trying to get this song played on the radio station. That's when it was playing vinyls. I remember that because when I was working at BLS, I seen it. Yeah.
You break it now. You break it now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You was breaking out like it was buffering.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
bad. So, nowadays you could do your own promotion, but at the same time, you got to still have a team. If
Yep.
if the
And you
radio
have to
station,
make sure every single person on your team is with you.
right?
That will tell you everything that's going on.
Hmm.
That will keep an eye on everything that's going on.
Right, but something also, I'm gonna mention this because a lot of people need to hear this. That's tuning in. One of the most important about being an artist, I don't care if you hip hop, R&B, dance, modeling, actor, actresses. One of the most important things is you gotta learn the business.
Yeah.
You have to learn the business because
And you got to be well prepared too.
you got to be well prepared for the business because it's 99.9% business and the other 1% is one. And when I say it's one, meaning, hey, that's when you get your time to shine actively. But this business is a very, very challenging and it can be very, grimy at times. You just got to be able to, avoid the grind and avoid the negativity and deal with it in a very professional way and not allow it to make you step out of character. And you can move ahead a lot, but it's very important to learn the business. A lot of artists come in this business thinking, I'm going to just sing, I'm going to just rap. It's a lot more to it than that. And that comes with, like I said, paying attention, accepting criticism. Sometimes it's good to be quiet and just listen. And once you listen, you study and observe what you heard, then you can bring it to the table on the next go up and be able to present it to someone who will take you a lot more serious so that you can get to the next level. So it's very important. That's what helps a lot of artists make, success. I mean, alongside from other things, but that's one of the main things that you must learn and have to have knowledge of. That's how people get into radio stations, You got to know the right people, the right time, what to say, how to market and promote it. You know what I mean?
And that's the one thing that that they need to learn. And I see you put all the work in, and it's like your songs are on charts. And
Yes.
I was like, wow, he really put in the work in. He really serious about his job, and everybody
Hmm.
likes each and every single one of his EPs. And speaking of your EPs, when you go to live shows,
Hmm.
what's your experience like before, like, getting on stage and after you get off stage?
Well, before I go on stage, um, the first thing I do, I pray. For those everybody who knows
That's
me,
that's the
God,
most important thing.
God is my father. He's my mother, my best friend, everything. That's the first thing. And I try not to do too much talking before I go on. And
Yep.
I go in, so I find some place, even when it's loud and rowdy and everybody's making noise. I know I'm backstage. I'll go somewhere and just pray first, and then I'll do some vocal warm ups. My little breathing, vocal training thing I do before I get on. I try not to overdo it. I do a little bit of that, do my stretching,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna sound weird, but I come out as a different person. And I say different person meaning once I come out, even before I hit the stage, I come out letting people know E. Chris is here. I'm taking control now. It's called
Mm-hmm.
confidence, and when I have that confidence, I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, I'm not just a singer, but I'm an entertainer. I'm a performer also. And then I do my thing, and I watch and observe how people's reactions are when I do come to stage, because no one expects to hear what they hear when I do come on stage. And the first thing I go is, "Hello, how y'all doing out there?" And the ladies be like, because I got to give them that Barry White type sound.
Uh-huh.
And I keeps it real cool, calm, and collective, real mellow. And then when the DJ starts and it's on and popping. But once I get off stage after the show is over, because the show is not over until I'm on my way home. Because even when I get off the stage, the show is still on, because that's when it comes time for people commenting, observing, speaking. And I have to maintain my character and my professionalism. So when I get off the stage, the first thing I do first, I'll find some place, give me some water, somebody start talking to me. It's like an ongoing thing because of the attention that comes. So I mean, like I said, the show doesn't end
I
until I'm on
hope
my way
that water
home.
you drank, I hope that water you drank is lukewarm, because that's what's good for the
Yeah,
singer's vocals.
yeah.
Don't not
I
cold,
tell them that all the
lukewarm.
time. And cold water is not too really good for singers. It's good to drink tea and warm water, you know. But I socialize, I meet, I greet. I don't play that conceited role where let me go someplace and hide now. No, 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 no. I shows people courtesy, and I can tell when people enjoyed the show, because even the brothers,
But
I
when
mean,
they go in, and let me tell you something, you put up a great showcase when you sing "Me and You," right? Woo, that's real 90s R&B. The ladies go crazy. And I remember where, like, I used to, like, go with you, like, where you perform. I was jamming to "Me and You" at some lounge in Brooklyn. And
yeah.
some, like, gay chick comes behind me, starts dancing, like, behind me. I was like, well, screw it. I love the tour. I ain't by y'all.
Oh
I'm
wow.
into that. But she just came out of nowhere, so that I was like, screw it. I'm a dance. I love Me and You because I'm a 90s
Oh
girl.
wow. But you know what? I notice how the brothers do
Hmm.
it. A brother won't be like, yeah, yo, yeah. Brothers be like, yeah, that was nice, yo. Real talk. I could tell. And I'm from Brooklyn, so I know
I'm
how it
from
is in the
Brooklyn
street.
too. We Brooklyn cats
So
know how it is.
and even out of Brooklyn, I could just tell with brothers, if a man likes something, he's gonna give props. And when I say give props,
Hmm.
he's gonna nod his head, look at you, and say, "Yo, that was hot, man." I've gotten that from hardcore hip hop artists.
Hmm.
If I've done shows R&B, like my boy Tiger, you know, from Brooklyn. He's from East New York. My boy Tiger would be like, "Yo, E. Chris, come on out and show some love." So I would go
Hmm.
to his show, support. because you had some artists that were hip hop, and then you had some who were doing hip hop R&B. So or should I say hip hop, rhythm, because the beat, because the blues, but that's another story. But he'd be like, yo, can you just give a little blessing on the mic? Now I'm in a hall with with nothing but hip hop really, and people have heard me. So when you get your props from a straight core, hardcore thug hip hop artist, and you singing straight R&B, it says a lot. It puts some notches under your belt, whereas it can go a long way if you just continue to do what you're doing. So it makes me feel good when people hear my music, and I can tell from how I perform. Even when I perform, and people are talking and loud, the first thing I say is I need everybody's attention, because this is my stage now. I own the stage for 4 to 5 minutes right now, and I get it. And when I get their attention, that's when I got to really put in the work and let them hear and see E. Chris,
Yep. And speaking of the song "Me and You," what was going through your mind, or when you wrote that song? It was like, was you in a relationship, or was you breaking up? You just broke
Actually,
up.
Me and You is a classic song. I had just got out of a relationship, but one thing I must say about myself, and I thank God for it, I'm not a lover boy. I'm a lover man, and I have a lot of love in my heart. I have a lot of ways of expressing my emotions. Um, One of the things I am, as far as being a man, is being romantic, being respectful towards a lady, and being a gentleman. And I'm not gonna say it live on social media, and then behind closed doors it's a different story. I keeps it real, So even when I got out of the relationship, I was basically expressing what I wanted. I wanted to get married, you know. When I said, got up early this morning thinking about you. And I know you're thinking, baby, baby, about me too. I'm thinking of a way to ask you to marry me.
Yep.
That song, when I sing that song, I'm singing straight from my heart, and it's genuine. And it speaks for the brothers who want to, express their love to their ladies. And it speaks to the ladies on how to intake the love and give the love back to the brothers as well.
That's amazing. I could listen to that song on repeat
I've done a
because
lot of
let me tell
weddings with
you
that
something.
song.
And everybody loved it. The bride, the grooms, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he putting in that work.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I know that you're a father as well. How will you compare fatherhood, to music?
Um, well, first and foremost, you know, my daughter, it's my princess. I won't go into too much, detail of emotions, because I'm very, very, very open with my father and a daddy, as far as being, I'm not just her father, but I'm her daddy also. But I love my princess. Her name is Nia Elder.
She's
Uh,
so adorable.
and her name, Nia, Nia, means purpose. So she fits a strong purpose in my life. And it's God in her that keeps me striving. And that it means a lot to me, to know that I have a daughter, and how I am towards, being respectful and being a gentleman. I'm just basically setting the example for when she becomes a young woman, on what it is that she should be able to recognize and see, as far as a young man is concerned, whether or not he's worth her time. If he
Hmm.
can't be respectful and loving and a gentleman like her father, he's not the one
Mm-hmm.
for her,
Yeah.
you know?
Because your daughter's gonna look up to you. Children, they look up to their parents.
Oh yes. I'm definitely I started setting examples a long time ago. A
Mm-hmm.
long time ago, you know, even when she was a baby. And the
Yeah.
examples that I was setting was how I had to show the type of father and daddy that I am to her. And the older
Mm-hmm.
she gets, I will be her father, her daddy, and her best friend. But first, I am her parent before her friend.
Yeah. Being a father is very important, and I know for sure, that you are a great father.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really
No
do. Thank you.
problem. No problem.
Yeah.
So, like, before, like, we, like, wrap everything up, why can't you let the people hear a little something, something?
Every morning, noon, and night, I can make you feel like supreme like a queen. So let me show you what I mean when I lay your body down and you're feeling relaxed. So baby, don't be shy. Just look into my eye. That's my joint. Let me show you. For those
Mm-hmm.
out there who hear me sing, I'm dealing with a little cold. I've been sick for about 2, 3 days. I don't have COVID-19. It's allergy season, but let me
Just
show
drink
you.
some hot tea, put some lemon and garlic in that. Drink
What?
it every
Well,
day.
I've been drinking lemon ginger tea because ginger's good for you. And
And
I,
garlic too is good for you, especially during this pandemic, because that's what I usually do. I drink
right.
hot lemon tea and I put garlic in it.
But I'm about to start, doing some of my workout on my treadmill because when you sweat, you sweat the cold out. So I'm about to get that on
Okay.
probably
Yeah,
tomorrow. But
you put that work in,
everybody everybody who's out there
This is a
listening.
year of motivation.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. By the way, I wanna share this with everybody who's out there listening. Keep in mind, this is when the real artists, you call yourself an artist, this is the time where you get to see just how real you are because the clubs are not open, the bars are not open, underground, well, some of them are open, but you really don't hear too much about it because ain't nothing really happening. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
no big major shows taking place. Some people scared to go in the studio. This is a time of creativity. You understand what I'm saying? This is a time of creativity where all you got to do is just start creating and preparing for when the doors open back up again. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When the doors open back up again, it's gonna be crazy, crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know myself. You know, I have a lot of things that I have created, and I'm still in the motion of creating. And I let the action speak for itself. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Like my songs, "Let Me Show You," "You're Number One," "Thinking About You." I created all that during the pandemics of COVID-19. Went in the studio, got it recorded, and did business with my engineer and my mastering homeboy Steve. From Plain Truth Entertainment. We didn't have to sit face to face. Everything is digital. I sent it to him. I did my thing. He mixed it. Elliot mixed it, my engineer, and my boy Steve mastered it. Everything was done digitally. So I just say this to say, don't let this stop you from, presenting your creativity and presenting who you are as an artist. You're a real artist. You ain't gonna let nothing stop you from doing what you desire. I have a theory that I've been saying for the past 2 days. You know, um, don't quit. Don't stop. Don't quit. You know, and you can't afford to give in now. Don't, because when the doors open back up, people are going to be starving to hear something because they haven't been out in a long time. They have not been able to go anywhere. They haven't been able to socialize. So whatever music you creating, make it nice, keep it clean. Because if you got grimy stuff, you can stay grimy. But you got to keep in mind, if you're looking for that radio play, you're looking to get that real promotion, it has to be commercial and clean. You can do your grime on a live show, you know what I'm saying? But you got to have that edited and that unedited version. You can't just come out there with the unedited version, but do your creativity. Don't sit back and say, oh, I can't do it. Oh, COVID-19. Nah, You should be in there writing, creating a beat. We all got cell phones. If you got a cell phone up today, and I ain't talking about no flip phone, you got a cell phone up today, they got voice and video that you can rehearse and start writing your song and creating your own production. So there's no reason why, when the doors open back up, that there should not be a lot of new material that's being put out. And that's real talk from E. Chris.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you're an artist, you want to start writing songs, creating anything, take a pen or a notebook,
That's right.
write down whatever you're planning. Or if you're a good draw anything, visualize what you see yourself as singing, rapping.
Mm-hmm. And for those listening, you can catch E. Chris on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on there a lot. My Facebook is E. Chris Elder, which is capital ECHRIS and then with a space, and then put ELDER. On Instagram, it's at E. Chris 2008. Now, just to let y'all know, I'm gonna blow your minds a little bit. I have a total of 4 songs on TuneCore. 4 songs, but one I don't push out too much because that's when I was with the record company with Christopher Williams, Melissa Morgan, Peter Wayne. But that was the song, All of My Love. But the songs that I put out recently in 2019 and 2020, Let Me Show You, You're Number One, and Thinking About You, which is what I had dedicated to my fiance. Check those songs out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple Music. It's out there. It's getting rotated. I'm on T-Rex Radio. I'm on crackers.com radio out in UK with my boy DJ Illusion. You know, I'm on, Global Music with Sister Girl Coco, also known as Linda Ford. I'm on also with my boy Javion out there in Florida. I also got my boy Melvin Jordan II on his Quiet Storm. So I got a lot of people showing me love. A lot of people. I've been getting a lot of love because people see how serious I am, how hungry I am. I don't never sit back and say, I ain't hungry. I'm starving for more and more. I love what I do. I desire it. Even though I've opened up for Carl Thomas, High Five, Force MDs, Jill Scott. I've opened up for a lot of artists, but you know what? The main important part is to keep it hustling. For those that know me, I used to formerly go by the name of E. Chris, the R&B hustler, but I had to just drop the R&B hustler and just be known as E. Chris because I got something special happening on a gospel tip because I'm a Christian, I'm a man of God, and I had to move to the next level with things. I still like my R&B music, but now I know it's time for me to really show God how much I love him and how much I appreciate him. So you keep your ears and your eyes open for my next joint. The title of it is going to be A Sudden Change. It's going to be a mind blower. So check it out. You'll be hearing from me real soon in 2021 with the new single, Sudden Change.
Stay tuned, people.
Yes, indeed.
Stay tuned. Man, oh man, Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait for them new projects. I'm gonna follow up. I'm always following up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mind blower because a lot of people, they I don't think they would. My boy Melvin Jordan, he's out on Florida. He always teased me talking about, did you sound Pentecostal when you were singing? he was teasing me about my song, You're Number One. But, you know, I started in church. I used to sing with Hezekiah Walker. I did. Now I sing with Allen AME Cathedral, the Judah Choir, but I've always been a church singer. That's my first love, more so than anything. But now as an artist and
Yeah,
as
and
a
like
solo
most
artist,
R&B or singers,
mm,
they started off from church.
yeah, Jennifer Hudson,
Because they gotta know
Fantasia,
God first. They gotta know God first.
Patti
You know.
LaBelle, Aretha Franklin,
Yep.
Whitney Houston, God bless her soul.
And
You
they
know what I
just play
mean?
that song right now on the radio.
Joe Levert, God bless his soul. Luther Vandross too, God bless his soul. You
One
know,
of my
so
first CDs.
so I mean, that's where you can hear the love and the real blues when they sing. That's what I mean when I say, rhythm and blues. There's some artists today say they're R&B. When you
Mhm.
R&B, you're rhythm and blues. You got the rhythm, and the blues is the true expression deep within your heart
Yeah.
unconditionally.
Yeah, it's like or when you make that you gotta make that ugly face. You not ugly, you
Yeah.
fine. Gotta make that ugly face to sing. That way people
Thank you.
will know. I was like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
woo! The audience in the radio, listen to your
hmm
CD.
That's right. Yes, so keep your eyes and your ears open, people. All my listeners out there.
Mhm.
Also, I want everybody to show much love, you know, to my homegirl Miriam, and her production, I appreciate the love and support big
Yep.
time, you
Thank you
know,
so much.
it means a lot to me, being on your show, being, getting interviewed. And she knows my history. She has shown me lots of love and support, and I appreciate it to the fullest. Um, it means a lot to me. That's when you really see, the people that are really genuine on what they hear. So y'all keep your
Mhm.
eyes and your ears open for her as well. And my biggest saying to everybody, stay blessed, keep God first, and all shall happen for you. Just be patient and just, like I said, pray on it before you do things because God will definitely send a confirmation to you. If it's meant to be,
Amen.
it'll be. If it's not meant to be and you go against the grind, just keep in mind there are consequences. He'll be merciful to you, he'll save you, but you're gonna go through a challenge, a trial and tribulations before you get out of that. So just keep your minds focused and one of my biggest theories to a lot of people, be mindful and bless. Peace.
All right. Thank you so much, E.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Just keep doing you, keep coming in with their projects.
Oh
Woo!
yeah.
Because then people, they're real R&B fans. They want real music.
Oh yeah, I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact.
Just keep on coming. Just keep it coming.
But y'all, like I said, y'all just keep your ears open for Chris. You ever see me on Facebook, social media? It's the only time the only thing I put on social media as far as my family's concerned is my fiance, who I love so much. I'll be
Mhm.
getting married in May. You know, thank
Congratulations.
you, and you'll see my daughter. And you see, our son also. He's in college doing his thing. You'll see my family like that, and you'll only see that during special events. But most of the time, you probably see, you know, little things. I don't throw my business, my personal life out there, but when you see me, most of the time, it's going to be musically related, entertainment. It's either some music I'm doing or a film that I've got access to because, I'm an actor also doing the Wesley Snipes thing I did in the past. So I'm waiting for some other things to come up with Tyler Perry. But if you see Chris the R&B, hustler, what I used to be for those that know me, just know that I'm just Chris, and the one and only. And it's a lot about love and support, love and support. But
Yep.
everybody, y'all have a blessed evening.
All
Um,
right.
stay safe out there with
Thanks once
COVID-19
again,
and be
E.
blessed. You're
All
welcome.
right. We're going to talk later.
All right. God bless. Good night.
God bless you.
Peace. All right.